Hello, Ukraine from Confederation College. So my name is Derek Jennings. I am currently the coordinator for the civil engineering program. And yeah, so civil engineering is, is a fairly broad program in terms of what you can do with it when you are finished. Some people work in building construction, buildings, housing, others work in city planning, others work in road construction, some work in design, using computer software for designing buildings and structures. Others work out in the field doing survey work. There's lots of job opportunities for graduates of the civil program.
Can you tell us a little bit about the group size? What is the typical group size of the freshmen?
So right now it's a 2-year program. This year's students, or the cohort of first-year students, I think is sitting around 13 right now. So it's a really small group, which is really nice for the students in it.
Great. Do you have many international students?
Not right now, no. I think we only have 2 in the second year of the program.
So can you describe the typical lecture or typical, session, whatever students have?
So on a typical week, most students would have between 5 and 6 classes. Those classes are around 3 hours each, most of them. I mean, things are a little bit different right now because of all the changes around online delivery and COVID-19. But before that took place, all of our classes were in-person classes. So you went to the college campus every day. You went and sat in a desk with the rest of your group. Your teacher was in front of you, and you spent 3 hours with them a week. Most classes are during the day, so between 8:30 and 5:30. But we have found that there's the odd evening course running because we like to bring in experts from industry to teach some of our classes, and they're only available sometimes in the evening. So we want to expose our students to the industry. And one way of doing that is bringing our industry partners in to teach for us. But sometimes we have to run our classes in the evenings to accommodate their schedule. We have in-class labs as well. So we have a specific lab for our civil engineering department. And we do concrete testing and things like that in there. So students actually are in the lab testing materials, which is kind of fun. Students always enjoy that. We do have a computer lab where students learn how to use AutoCAD. We have a drafting lab. And then, of course, we have our field school which takes place outside. So that usually doesn't happen during the semester. Our field school happens, it counts as a course for that semester, but it happens at the end of the semester.
So how was it this year?
So a lot of our theory-based classes were online. So for example, I taught our mathematics course through our online learning platform. And really it is a lot like this. I have my camera that I just turn down, and I use my camera kind of like a whiteboard or a chalkboard in a classroom. Anything that was theory and could be done online was, but anything that was more hands-on still took place in the classroom. And then, of course, our field school, which is taking place this week, is in person as well, right? And one really nice thing about Confederation College, and especially if you're in the civil program, is all your teachers, their offices are all down one hallway, and those doors are always open. And that was the piece of things that I felt was missing this year, was students weren't able to just pop into my office whenever they wanted to and ask questions or say hello.
You said the field school, this is like a short practice, and there is like a work experience part, or is it the same?
So field school is completely separate from work experience. So if you are in the second year of the program, what we have is a work experience class where students spend, and it's not a long period of time, but they do spend a short period of time out in industry with our industry partners, working at different civil engineering firms around Thunder Bay. And that process is overseen by an instructor. We have a full-time instructor that makes sure that work experience is unique for everyone and that it works well for everybody. So it's a great place to make new, to new industry contacts, to network, and students can start building a brand for themselves. And so we try to, work with students, what are you interested in? Do you want to do consulting? Do you want to actually be designing? Do you want to, what field? Do you want to be in city planning? Do you want to do road construction, bridge building? Where do you see yourself working? And then try to find a placement to meet that vision. And then on top of that, we have an optional cooperative education component as well. So it's not mandatory, but if students want to do a co-op, basically that's a work placement where they go and spend, 4 or 5 weeks working with a company and they get paid for that work experience. And then there's a report that they have to submit. It gets graded and it goes on their transcript that they completed this co-op.
What do you think is the perfect student for this program?
The program is perfect for anybody who has imagination. If you can dream it, you can build it. And I think that's one thing that we like to focus on is the idea of vision. If you like working with people, if you like design, if you like being creative, if you like being outside, or even if you don't, if you like math, if you like science and mechanics, there are so many different job opportunities and different routes that our graduates can take and jump between, right? So I get a phone call at least once a week or an email once a week from major employers looking for our current graduates yesterday. They say, hey, if you could just give me a name of anybody that that hasn't found a job yet, like I'll take it. I'll call them directly because every year we have more jobs than graduates. And so really our graduates get to pick and choose what job they want because there's so many out there, as long as they're willing to work, right? So
thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And I wish you a very